Alright, talking about Conjuring D's Nuts. It's the third Conjuring movie and the 85th one in the whole, like, family yes, phone. In the family tree of Conjuring movies. Before just the Conjuring movies, this is definitely the weakest one. First one, fucking amazing. I was like, oh shit, some parts actually, like, ooh, it got me. The second one, I knew that case a little bit more, and I was just like, oh, oh, ooh, you know? This one, it, it was just like, and there's gonna be a jump scare. And then while something's gonna appear, all of a sudden, there we go. And then, yeah, it's like, it's bad, you know, when you can, like, predict stuff like that. Although I love how I just realized that this is the second James Wan movie I am talking about, like, his second, I guess, franchise. That he's, yes, phone, my god, okay? Jesus, am I getting my job back? Let me know. Soon I'll have an actual job. Again. Anyway, but yeah, like, this is like the second James Wan movie I'm talking about, franchise kind of thing, which again, he's not involved in this. The person who directed this, not James Wan, and you can kind of tell, because he has like a certain, you know, like, you know, every director, they have their certain style, and again, his scares are really good, and also James Wan has mentioned, like, since the first Saw movie, that he hates, like, false, like, you know, scares and stuff. He's like, if he wants to scare you, he'll scare you. And yeah, that, like, most of the jump scares in this movie weren't like, "Hacha, bro, you forgot your keys" kind of jump scares, but they definitely fell flat, and they were very, like, it's not scary. Because even in, like, the first Saw movie, when Adam is going around his apartment with the camera flashing, and you know it's gonna get to something, you know, especially the part where he opens the closet, and you're like, what's it gonna be? And he's still, like, hit the flash, and then the pig mask comes out, and the scream, you know, and there was even, like, the silence, you know, in the movie, you know, to kind of, like, get the audience to calm down, because people still, like, got startled by it, even though you saw it coming, you know? Why do I look like I'm 20 pounds heavier? Is it my hair? I'm, like, looking at it, I'm just like, I'm just gonna talk about this movie, and I look like the fucking Duke from goddamn Resident Evil Village. What is wrong with me? Goddamn. Anyway, so Ethan, anyway, anywho, who's my fucking, yeah, so, again, these scares weren't, like, scary, they were predictable, and which is where I'm getting to, which is the guy who directed this, and there's shit all over my glasses, the guy who directed this also, directed La Rrrra, which just, man, that, they advertised the shit out of that movie, La Rrrra, about how, like, you know, it's based on the thing, which I've heard of, you know, that before, but then, like, they made the movie, and I was like, oh god, this is just, like, you know, I like The Nun more than that, and I know The Nun wasn't that great of a movie, you know, I enjoyed it because of just, you know, my Catholic background, so I was just like, oh, you know, Catholicism and horror, yeah, sign me up for that, but yeah, anyway, yeah, so, oh god, let's not even talk about the Annabelle movies. It's like, well, those exist, you know? Anyway, yeah, so, this one is about that case where the guy killed, the person, yep, that's what we're talking about, and it becomes that famous line, which is what the subtitle of this movie is called, which is "The Devil Made Me Do It," and the downside is, like, I really thought, and I wasn't the only one, someone else I follow on Letterboxd, and, you know, even, like, according to IMDb notes, I think everyone else thought this too, was that a lot of us really thought that this was gonna be, like, a court case kind of movie, you know? I thought that, yes, of course, the Warrens would be involved, but you would think it's, like, how I thought it would be was the entire movie takes place in the courtroom, you know? They'll play whatever stuff from The Exorcism and all that shit from the beginning, which they end up playing during the credits, and it was, like, really, really, you know, kind of eerie, whether you believe it's true or not that, you know, this person was possessed, but just the sounds, like all that crazy shit. you would think they were going to play it during the court case and be like, look, we exorcised a child and now it jumped to him, you know, like trying to do that. And then like while the trial is going on, it's like the Warrens are helping, you know, police like investigate and shit like that. Like you thought that's what was gonna happen, you know? You thought like that would have been a more interesting. Oh God, I hope I don't electrocute myself trying to plug in my laptop. Okay. But yeah, like that's what like I thought it would be. Just like, you know, like something a little bit different. You know, probably like like a little procedural cop show kind of thing. You know, but like with the Warrens built in with it, and it's like demonic possession and all that stuff. But then it wasn't that, and it was just stuff like, we found a thing. It was a witch's thingy-majigger, and it was like, oh, this is involved now, you know? Great. And it just, like, you could even tell that, the two main leads were kind of just, like, chilling, you know? Like, the other two, they were like, they were in it, you know? They were like, oh, shit. This one, they were just kind of like, you could tell they had fun, obviously, when they had scenes together, because you could, like, you know, been doing the movies for so long, you know, like, that they have chemistry and all that stuff, so when they have scenes together, it's fine, but when they're, like, not together in a scene, and they're, like, acting opposite of someone else, it's like, they're like, it just seemed they're like, when can I have a scene with Patrick Wilson again? You know, like that kind of stuff. It's like, I'm kind of bored, you know? In this movie, they showed more of, like, Lorraine's, like, I guess you would say, like, psychic ability, or her astral project, like, the things her brain and eyes do different from others. You know? Like, I mean, which is a cool idea, you know, which, again, like, that part where she was doing that, you would think it's, like, again, if this movie was, like, a court procedural kind of movie or whatever stuff, it would be part of the investigation, and people would be like, where's she going, blah, 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 you know, but, like, I don't know, man, and then, like, there was some kind of, like, some effects were kind of, like, cool, but then there are other parts where it was, like, heavily relied on CGI, and it was kind of like, oh, that's an effect, you know, like, again, when you have that go, like, that's ones and zeros in front of me, you know, like, yeah, it was, like, it's definitely not the best, like, because I think even on Letterboxd, like, I gave the first two, like, 4 stars, and this one, I'm like, it's, like, 2.5, something. I think I gave it, like, the same rating I did The Nun. Yeah. I think I gave it the same... Yeah, done? I'm talking. Jeez. My God. Fuck's sakes. Anyway. Yeah, I think I gave it, like, the same... rating as I did The Nun, and again, let's not even talk about the Annabelle movies, because those are just, like, scraping the bottom on that one. Yeah, like, so, okay, so, I guess, like, I guess you would say, like, comparing, just because of the James Wan thing, so comparing the latest Saw movie to this one, why this one was a little bit more disappointing than, I would say, the latest Saw movie, which, is because, like I said, the latest Saw movie was a slight, like I said in my review, was a slight bit, or like a refresher. Things are a little bit different, the perspective is a little bit different, you know, as much as it's not really that much of a Saw movie, it is a Saw movie, that kind of shit. Also, Chris Rock is great, Sam Jackson's great, that's also what, like, made it even better. I think, like, again, I feel like if it was any other person who was in those roles, would not be remotely interesting. It would probably just be like Jigsaw and, like, those other movies. And with this one, like, but with the Conjuring one, the reason why it was just kind of like a disappointment is just really because the other two were just so good, you know? Again, they worked with the good creep factor, and you know, the scares, and then the acting of everyone was great. Here, like, yeah, people's acting was great, but it just felt like something was missing, something fell short, like, it just, you know, you're watching it, and, like, I'm just doing this gesture, because you're kind of like, something's not there, like, or something needs to be there, you know, you're kind of like, this feels kind of like, what do I do with my hands while watching this movie, you know? Like, Yeah, like, it's not the best. It kind of sucks because it's like, I really like the other two, you know? Where, again, bring it back about the Saw thing, whereas the first one I really, really liked, and the second one I was like, oh, fine, it's a sequel, you know? And then the third one I'm like, oh, it's kind of on par with the other one. And then the other ones I was like, well, at least these, like, well, that's another thing, like, with Saw, as much as you're like, oh, let's just watch these people die, it's like, well, they relied on practical effects, and the practical effects are really, really good. You know, and I was saying how, like, even with something like Final Destination, you know, like, you were like, yeah, just watch how these people die. Although, those movies definitely, they relied on, like, CGI, like, a shit ton. I mean, you know, I mean, they did do, well, I mean, they had the 3D movie, which was, that existed in time and space and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much to say about The Conjuring, which is why I called it Conjuring These Nuts, because that's what it felt like. I wish they would have just kept it as Conjuring 3 and not gifted it, because that's fucking English, and not have given it, yes, that's grammar, and not have given it that subtitle of The Devil Made Me Do It, because then it's like, again, I know you're going with that case, you know, that the guy said it because it's a famous line, but also, like, don't, you know, I don't, again, like, I feel like if it was, like, it should have been a fucking court procedural fucking movie, because then he could have, like, he could have said that line, because did he even fucking say that line in the movie? Like, I'm just kind of thinking, like, I watched the movie a couple days ago, and they did have a court scene, but he just kind of was like, so I think I was possessed. Yeah. Did he even say the devil? I don't even remember. It's like, that's what, like 2 days after, like finished seeing the movie, I'm like, oh, I forgot it. Makes it really memorable, guys. Makes it really memorable. The fans on my laptop are like, I don't want you talking about this anymore, so I'm gonna end it. Yeah, I watched the Bo Burnham thing, and that was great. I mean, it's like, there's no way to, like, review it, just watch it, you know? Watch it, you know, sit there, understand his existential dread is the same as yours, and, yeah, proceed with life. Fans, what are you doing? You're literally just here. Like, there's nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Anyway. But yeah, what else do I got to watch? There's a bunch of Netflix originals. Oh god, I keep forgetting A Quiet Place 2. I keep forgetting about Quiet Place 2. Alright, I'm gonna try to do that. Probably this weekend. I don't know. Whatever. Stuff. Bye.